oppressive heat of July 2013, the town of Milford, Iowa, began to fray at the seams. People stopped walking alone at night. Doors were double locked. Women whispered of shadows moving where they shouldn't. It began with the disappearances, quiet like moths vanishing into the dark. Young women, teachers, students, waitresses, people with routines, with lives. And then came the bodies. The scenes were pristine. No broken windows, no clear cause. The only clue was genetic material, each time from what appeared to be 5 different men. But there were no signs of a group, just silence and unease. The media speculated cults, gangs, even government experiments. The police were baffled, until the threads led to one man, Daniel Reese, 32. Lived alone in a modest 3rd-floor apartment, worked remote IT support. His co-workers described him as polite, if forgettable. The kind of man you nod to in the hallway, then immediately forget you did. But Daniel had a secret he'd carried since his teens, a shame that pressed like a stone on his chest every morning. Something he couldn't fix, no matter how many doctors he saw or pills he swallowed. Nights were the worst. He'd sit in front of a blank monitor, lit only by infomercials and his own thoughts. Then, one night, buried deep in a forgotten corner of the internet, he read about a woman called Bonesy Granny. Some claimed she was a healer, others called her a fraud. But all agreed, she helped those who'd exhausted science. Daniel found her in a mold-stained trailer near the Louisiana swamps. She opened the door before he knocked. "You're carrying too much inside," she rasped, her eyes milky but alert. "Something's pressing to get out." She told him about a man in the rainforest, a silent shaman who guarded old remedies. She warned Daniel, if he accepted the gift, he had to follow the ritual exactly. "Mistakes," she said, "wake things you don't want waking." 2 months later, Daniel crawled from the jungle, skin scratched raw, clothes torn and soaked with sweat and grime. The air buzzed with unseen insects and distant, eerie calls. Just as darkness swallowed him, a crooked hut appeared, half swallowed by vines. The shaman stood in its doorway, gaunt, with pale, cloudy eyes that seemed to see through Daniel's soul. His voice was low, almost a hiss. "You carry too much. The full moon knows your pain." He handed Daniel a small glass vial filled with thick, green liquid and whispered, "Full moon, skin only, one motion, no hesitation." Back home, he waited. When the full moon came, he lit candles and locked his doors. The room was silent. At 11:59, he opened the vial. The scent hit him like a slap. Rust, rot, something sour beneath it all. He dipped his fingers. Then, a knock. Loud, urgent. Startled, he dropped the vial. It splashed across his right hand. He wiped it off, or tried to. When he opened the door, the hallway was empty. That night, the dreams began. Crimson rivers, fingers twitching like they were trying to crawl away from his body. His hand changed first, tingling, then aching. Then something worse, a kind of hum under the skin. His fingers throbbed, the veins darkened, his grip grew unpredictable. Once, he shattered a glass without meaning to. Another time, he reached out toward a stranger at the store, unconsciously, reflexively. He started losing time. Hours disappeared. He'd wake up somewhere unfamiliar, the radio hissing static, the rearview mirror tilted at an odd angle. One morning, he found fingernail marks on the inside of his steering wheel. The news got darker. More women. Same impossible DNA. 5 sources, but no suspects, no signs of struggle. The police had a theory, a group, a pattern, maybe even a ritual. Then someone spotted Daniel on a gas station camera. His right hand moved strangely, jerking, spasming like it had a mind of its own. He looked terrified, hollow. When they searched his apartment, they found gloves with the fingers cut off. Inside, strange organic tissue, warm, alive, the kind of thing that didn't belong outside a nightmare. But Daniel was gone. A week later, hikers found a body in a ravine, weathered, worn thin by the elements, right arm missing at the elbow. No obvious cause of death. Above him, carved deep into an old oak. I begged them to stop. They wouldn't listen. The DNA said it was him, but no one ever found the hand. Some say it still crawls the back alleys of Milford. Others claim it rides shadows like wind. It waits in silence, seeking something familiar, a laugh, a scent, the warmth of loneliness. So if you're ever alone and you feel something brush your shoulder, don't look. And whatever you do, don't reach back. If this story unsettled you, leave a like and let the shadows know. Subscribe for more tales you shouldn't hear after dark. And if you've seen something you can't explain, tell us in the comments. We're always listening.